Hey, Bobby Trays! In this video, we're going to go over Bitcoin and the Bitcoin dilemma. We're going to do Elliott Wave of Bitfarms and strategy. And we're going to talk about how I am accumulating infinite Bitcoin with very little downside risk thanks to Michael Saylor and his gambling propensity. I really think Michael Saylor is openly gambling with his shareholders. He's openly gambling with his bondholders, and he's openly gambling with the livelihood of every single person who he tells to take out a mortgage on their home and buy Bitcoin. This man has repeatedly said that people should take out mortgages on their home to buy Bitcoin. This guy is all in Bitcoin, and so it's really cool. There's an ETF called Winter, WNTR. And when you blindly average into WNTR since its inception, Winter has 197% total annualized return. That means it's paying for itself almost twice a year. So we look at what could be done just from a very, very basic standpoint, and there's ways to get a little more fancy than this, but we can see MSTR holds 649,870 Bitcoin. As long as they keep holding this Bitcoin, what I can do is I can pair WNTR, probably about a 40% allocation, with IBIT, and I have unlimited exposure to Bitcoin going to the upside, and I have a huge hedge. Because MSTR typically trades at an amplified level to Bitcoin, almost by a factor of about 2 to 3. So if Bitcoin goes down 5%, MSTR could go down 10 to 15%, and this hedge has worked out very well. So as long as MSTR keeps holding Bitcoin, Bitcoin can be accumulated without risk. I mean, really without risk. Hallelujah. That's the good news for Bitcoin. What's the bad news for Bitcoin? Well, the bad news for Bitcoin is the Elliott Wave is a little tricky right now. So this is my untouched chart of Bitfarms. I said that this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up, wave 1. This was an A, B, C correction, wave 2. And right around here, I said that Bitfarms was about to explode into wave 3 of wave 3. What I did was I took the 61.8% retracement of Bitfarms, I measured it, and then I placed it at this high right here, and that got a price target of about 5.96. Bubba bang. Elliott Wave is pretty incredible. We see what happened after that target was reached. It goes a little bit above 6, and then it quickly retraces. So the good news about this deeper retracement is that this probably isn't a wave 3. Puppy trades, it went to the 61.8% extension. How is this not wave 3? It looks like a wave 3. Well, it certainly does look like a wave 3. But if we look at what happens after this wave 3, it's a really deep correction. And there's a rule in Elliott wave theory that says wave 4 retests the wave 1 high. But wave 4 isn't supposed to go crush the wave 1 high. It's not supposed to really go this deep. And so what typically happens when a wave 4 is this deep is that it's not a wave 4, it's another wave 1 and another wave 2. So this is really bullish for Bitcoin bulls. This is a chart they're going to want to keep in their back pocket for a long time, because this is probably a nest. This is probably 1, 2, wave 3 that ended a large wave 1, not a wave 3. It was a large wave 1, and this is an A, B, C correction wave 2. So bulls are looking for another wave 3. The length of wave 1 placed at the wave 4 low is how you get the wave 5 target for waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Holy cow, that could take Bitfarms all the way up to 12.60. So Bitfarms can go from 3.10 to 12.60. So that's very bullish for Bitcoin. But when's Bitfarms going to get there? And when's the best time to buy? That's probably what's on everyone's mind. When's the best time to buy Bitfarms? Because this is really what the Elliott Wave bulls are going to want to understand is that Bitfarms is a very clean nest, and if Bitfarms explodes, then Bitcoin is probably going to explode with it. So here's the thing: you take the length of wave A and you place it at the wave B high, what you're going to get is a little bit of a dilemma. The 100% extension has not yet been reached for the length of wave A placed at the wave B high. That means what most wave theorists are going to do, is they're going to call for more downside. They're going to look for the length of wave A placed at the wave B high to be reached, and they're going to look for Bitfarms to go to below 2. And so they're going to tell you Bitfarms going below 2 is the best time to buy before wave 3. The length of wave 1 placed at the wave 2 low would give a wave 3 target of 7.94. So Bitfarms can go a little lower to 2, but that's kind of the back page of the newspaper. What's the front page headline? Is Bitfarms is probably going up on a wave 3 well past 7.94 before a shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 higher all the way up to 12, the mid 12 range, 12.50, 12.60, 12.70. That's the big news. So really the dilemma right now, and I went over earlier in the video how that dilemma can be really avoided, is that there's two charts that say wait for a little more downside. One of them's Bitfarms, one of them is MSTR. This is wave 1 and wave 2. This is wave 1, and again, A, B, the length of wave C has not been reached. So the length of wave A placed with wave B high for the wave C low is 147. We see strategy only got down to 166. Again, the wave C target, which is only a little lower, hasn't been reached yet. But what's it say after that target is reached? It says that Bitcoin is going to explode. Strategy is going to go the length of wave 1, place at the wave 2 low, up to 677 before a shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 higher. If wave 4 retests the wave 1 high and wave 5 is the length of wave 1 placed at the wave 4 low, strategy is going all the way up to 1073, and that's not the top. That just completes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up in red. So strategy and Bitfarms, very similar. They're saying there's slightly more downside. Bitfarms, slightly more downside below 2. Strategy, slightly more downside below 147. But again, what someone could do is they could accumulate 40% WNTR and 60% IBIT, and they don't really have to play this pick the bottom game. They don't really have to play the pick the bottom game. And if we look at IBIT right now, it's not really a good idea to play pick the bottom game, because there's a really high chance that most retail ends up missing this rally. Even the smart retail traders that are using Elliott Wave, they could miss this rally waiting for wave C for Bitfarms and waiting for wave C for strategy. We look at IBIT, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, wave 2, or it could be 1, 2, 1, 2, yes, another 1, 2 at the 78.6% retracement. Right now, above 42.98, the length of wave 1 placed at the wave 2 low gives a minimum wave 3 target of about 75. But really, wave 3 can go to the 161.8% extension of wave 1, which is found by taking the 61.8% retracement and placing it at the wave 1 high. That takes that takes IBIT up to 89 before a shallow wave 4 and a wave 5 higher. If wave 4 retests the wave 1 high and wave 5 is the length of wave 1 placed at the wave 4 low, IBIT is going to that big round number of 100. It's currently at 51. So above 42.98, there's extraordinary risk reward. The Elliott Wave technically says wait for more downside, but there's more to investing than Elliott Wave, and everyone learns that in time, and I think people are going to learn that with Bitcoin.